Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another brand new episode of the Me and Them podcast. Welcome around, roll it down, Georgia Brown. We here.
I like that one.
Nice.
If you don't know by now, my name is Savoy.
I am Rayan.
And I'm Taryn.
Welcome to episode 32.
Hey.
You know,
Nice titles.
It's the Magic
I'll
Johnson
say it's a
episode.
Magic Johnson episode.
Last week was the Reggie Miller episode.
It was Reggie Miller. You're right.
Keep on shooting Reggie Miller.
And then I got 2 for 33. Bird and Pippin.
Respectable.
That's fine. What's up, y'all?
How's
Everybody good?
how's everybody doing?
Good.
Everybody good?
Everybody
It's
good?
going. We here now,
Yeah.
Lord.
We went out for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
for those of you who may not know, California's stay-at-home order has been lifted, so there is no more curfew.
Mm-hmm.
They reopened outdoor dining, so people are out and about,
Kind of.
and we've been
Some
out
places. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're places where you can eat, where they serve food. You
Mhm.
can,
Go back and eat.
yeah. So
So we went to, shout out to Dark Horse Tavern. Hey.
Man, I
That
missed
is-
I
yeah.
missed all the people.
All
Yeah.
the peoples, man.
yeah, it was good seeing.
When I pulled up and
everybody.
I saw Joe, I'm like, let's Jordan, let's go.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same, but it was
It was-
enough.
right?
It was familiar.
Some sense of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
of normalcy. So yeah, shout out to Jordan, Stacy,
Uh-huh.
Mike. Who else did we see? We
Paulie,
saw
Paige,
Paulie. We saw Paige.
Ian.
Shannon.
We saw Ian. We saw Shannon.
Paco,
Paco,
Sarge.
Sarge. Yeah, shout out to all
I haven't seen
y'all.
those since the
Yeah.
last time we did that.
I know, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was good times. Yeah. I
That
feel
was-
like I need to. It was weird.
Well, for
I didn't
you it
think it'd be
was.
weird. I was like, it's gonna be normal. Like, let's go. And then I got there and I was like,
I don't know
what
what,
do I
to
do?
Yeah,
with
like what
myself.
do? You know?
But
Do I talk amongst them or if someone comes up? What do I do? Like, hi.
like that's what I was doing at first because you don't know what people are comfortable with. What?
Right.
We didn't
Because
care.
for me, I just want to act normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you have a mask on or I got a mask on or whatever it is, like I want to hug you and act normal. But
Yeah.
not everybody
Not
feels
everybody
that way.
So you gotta
So-
be.
We was doing it.
You have to like feel it out and like figure it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be good
it's
with a
a little
handshake
weird.
or
Yeah.
a fist bump. And,
Yeah, fist
and
bump
Or
just-
a
or elbow.
elbow.
Yeah,
like
elbow
it just
or whatever.
depends.
elbow skibbity pat.
You got to be ready for anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't take offense to how people greet you. Now,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
don't
Boundaries.
Don't be butthurt by it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to respect.
I like being. if I don't know you,
You like your 6
Oh,
feet.
fuck away
go
from me.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Like if I don't know you, like maintain your distance. Like we can talk or whatever, but don't pretend you know me. Like all the
Yeah.
other people you see who actually know me.
Right.
Because I'm a little more. I am still cautious. Like you don't know where people been.
True.
yeah, true.
That's true.
But yeah, just
Yeah.
respect everybody's boundaries and whatnot, and I think it'll be okay.
Just carry hand
It's gonna be
sanitizer. You'll
okay.
be fine. You'll be
It's
alright.
going to be
I know.
okay.
Oh.
Or just use bleach.
Just want to go extreme.
Ayo kidding.
It's on a
my God.
red screen.
And run me my money.
I know, please.
Oh yeah. Well, that passed. So
Uh-huh.
they're trying to do the 2,000 a month until it's all over. But I don't know about that.
That's-
but
That's
the extra
not-
1,400 is on its way.
Send them my way, please.
That we
Run
getting
me
that. So the
my
extra 1,400 we getting. So yeah.
Mitt Romney, sir. That whole monthly stipend for people who have children. I don't know about that.
You don't think that's gonna pass?
No. God, no. Because, I don't know. Like, you had a kid. Congratulations. Money is not going to make people raise a productive member of society.
True.
And
Yeah.
it has never been proven that giving people money makes them buy drugs and all that stuff. Like, yeah, some people choose to,
Yeah.
but a majority
Right.
of people choose to do good with
Yeah.
what.
Yeah,
But that still doesn't mean like you should be encouraging people to get money to have kids. Like,
Right, to
you know,
have
like
kids
nah,
and
don't do that.
the many races that makes the fist.
Well, I mean, we're not banking on having another pandemic anytime soon.
Oh,
so
Jesus
maybe
Christ. I
this
know,
will be a long while before we have.
I didn't want to see one in my
about that
lifetime.
kind of stuff
Honestly, I
Yeah.
didn't want to see one in my lifetime, but fuck it, here it is.
I don't think anybody ever thought we would see one in our lifetime.
Yeah. Some of
Spanish
the-
flu, it's like a myth. No, that happened.
that
Like,
happened.
oh, here we are again.
Black
Jesus.
Plague, that happened.
100 years later, exactly.
It just was a natural progression, I think, because we had all these diseases pop up, and go away, and so
Yeah.
I think people thought that
yeah.
we had bird flu, we had swine flu,
we had SARS.
we had SARS, we
Mad
had
cow.
there was mad cow for a little bit.
Yeah, we had swine flu.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There was an
Bird.
Ebola virus breakout.
What happens when you have swine flu? I can't get over the one person that told you they had swine flu. Was it bird flu or swine flu?
No, it was swine flu.
See? It makes me
What is
crack
that?
up every time.
It was H1N1. He had it. Shout out to you. You know who you are.
I crack up every time I hear
Bird flu,
it.
Bergam.
Fly off. What else was there? There was measles for a hot second. You
But
know?
people weren't coming, like, it wasn't a generality, though. They were like, this is why you got to vaccinate. And it's like, well.
Let's bring
is
back
it?
organic small botched diseases. Let's bring those back.
Oh, my God.
Anyway,
Any hooser.
things are very, 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 very slowly getting back to normal.
Hey, I'll take a crawl over a stop.
Mm,
any
yeah.
day.
Progress
crawl
is a slow
before you-
process, right? So
Let's
You
go.
gotta
gotta
crawl
slow it
before
and
you
not run.
walk, and you gotta walk before you run.
Exactly. You got to run before you fly.
Yeah, run before you fly.
You got to crawl before you ball.
Because you're gonna fall.
Is us
You
getting
Baby ball.
You're gonna fall.
is us getting slowly back to normal the equivalent of balling on a budget?
Yeah, pretty much. Stay in your
You got to
lane.
fake it till you
Yeah.
make it,
Stay
baby.
in your
No
financial lane.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Dude, I mean, no. I fake it till I make it all the time.
Oh, I do
Hey,
too.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
It don't affect me. So
When I see
The
somebody pull out,
universe says the more I fake it, the more I'm
Yeah.
going to make it.
The more-
So
the
I'm
more-
going to fake it
when
till I
people,
make
when
it.
people
Yeah.
pull out their money, and I'm like, man, that's your stimulus check.
hey, the more
Or, man, you ain't got a bank account.
Right?
That is all your
Exactly.
dollars.
That's all the monies you got.
I was going to say that's all the money.
you took from your money from your check into your savings, take it out of this pocket.
Put it in the other
Yeah,
pocket.
what is this one?
Oh, I spent too much already. We got to put the rest of this in my savings account.
Do you want to put the rest of the change into your savings? Well, yes, I do. That's $1.
And you were like, this for lunch.
This was $36.73. I got to put 27 over here.
Break it even.
Oh, gosh.
Anywho, but yeah, that was cool going out.
And you know what? It was really cool to hear people say, "Oh, we've been listening to the podcast."
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah.
'Cause I didn't expect
I
that.
didn't that.
Like,
It's from Mike.
It's
Yeah.
it's not that I don't expect that people listen to it because obviously our numbers and our statistics show that people do more than we even thought, and we super appreciate it.
Yeah,
but
we do. We do think. Yeah,
I
thank you
just-
for those people.
It makes it more fun.
Yeah.
Knowing
Yeah,
that
that
like
people
there's
you
jokes
know
and
or-
like people know the
Yeah, they know
jokes
the
and they
jokes,
know
yeah.
us and how we
Yeah.
joke with each other.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. When
that's
Mike
really
said that,
cool.
it was like,
I really
hey,
appreciate
hey,
that.
what's up, podcast? I'm like,
What's up?
Yeah.
I
what's
love
up,
it.
man?
I love it. It makes me so happy.
Yeah.
That's
That's
cool.
cool.
I
That's
like,
very
the
cool.
ones who, and then when says, "Oh, I binge watched like most," I was like, "Oh, snap! All right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's cool."
Yeah.
Yeah, but it made me feel like she was, just at the window at the Dark Horse. It's
I
like,
Yeah.
know.
It sound all the same, I'm over there listening to you guys talking shit. It's great.
Insides will be open one day. We just have to.
Oh my god.
One
You
day.
know.
You like how he said that? One day.
One day,
Yeah.
the inside of your favorite restaurant, bar,
And we're
karaoke
gonna spend
spot,
all the stimulus money.
right.
Going to all the drinks.
That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna send out those stimulus checks, and they're gonna be like, "We're just gonna open everything up, and it's gonna
They
be
have-
flooded."
They
Yeah.
have
People,
to.
businesses are gonna be making money hand over fist.
I hope
And then
so.
there's
'cause
gonna be
our
lines
economy
out the
needs it.
door to every favorite restaurant you ever want to go to.
Yeah, we'll have to.
And it don't matter because wherever I want to go, I get
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
in.
get
have
in,
to
you know.
call ahead and be like, "Yo, we coming through, so make sure that we
Yeah.
straight."
Make sure you got the reserve table full of
I
spaghetti.
work
Definitely.
here, baby. No, I can't wait till we just can go in and sing karaoke
Yes,
and
karaoke.
everybody gets drunk and we all have a really good time because there's so much to talk about because you haven't seen anybody. I mean,
right?
like, yeah, you talk to people here and there, but
It's not
Not
the
like
same.
when you're
there's
getting
people
yeah.
that I only was seeing,
When
once
we
in a
went out,
while.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. But any hooser.
Yeah.
It's
good
going to
times,
be
though.
good times. It's like you said, progress is a slow process, but this is going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year, baby.
I think.
And
It
when
started out
when
super trash,
and then when it,
but it's going to be good.
Yeah.
and when it really happens, none of us don't wear a mask, and that's when we really made it.
Ooh.
baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, I can get over the being inside wearing
Yeah.
a mask. I just want to be able to go to the places I like and do the
Mhm.
things
Things
that.
that you like to do.
I
You know,
yeah.
What we're doing now, that's what I'm down for that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
cool with
You know?
that.
But you still get like people like either they don't want to, they're scared of it, or like then
Well, don't go.
And,
Yeah,
or,
that's
the,
fine, yeah.
or the
That's
debate,
fine. You don't have
or
to
if
do
you live
anything.
with your parents, they're gonna debate. You're gonna go out, you're gonna get something.
Yeah, fun.
Move out.
Okay.
We got no choice.
can't.
Sometimes you got no
Like,
choice.
I can't.
I'm gonna say by toward the end of the summer, beginning of the fall, that's when stuff is really gonna start
You think
heading
so?
toward. I
Can
think
we
so.
shoot for July?
That would be great
You're
because
very optimistic, guys. I
mean,
have no faith.
Our birthdays are in August, so we would like shit to be fully open by then. I don't know. Ray would be like,
Just so I could
Mine's
go
in
somewhere.
May.
I want to go
I usually do
somewhere
a
else.
beach thing. I don't know if we're down to do the beach thing.
you could probably still go to the beach.
Yeah, still go to the beach, but not like But we'll see. What's up?
Yeah, we'll figure it
I
out.
actually wanted to can't do escape rooms. I wanted to do
No.
that for my birthday.
There's certain things you can still do. You can still.
I gotta look them
They
up.
have the axe throwing one. They have the break rooms, the rage rooms.
Oh, I love the rage.
Those are
Oh.
open.
Oh, I know that.
Because you're in full gear anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or they were
damn hazmat
recently.
gear.
As of
No, but
recently.
but you have a mask on,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
I'll do a rage room all day.
and if the,
I know
and
you've
if
been
the
wanting
vid,
to
and
do
if
Give
the
me more
vid-
plates.
If the vid tries, I'm gonna hit it with a bat.
Oh, shush. Don't give
I'm
me.
gonna get one of those sensory balls that has the thing sticking out of them and be like, "Watch for the vid." Throw it at him. looks like a bacteria molecule.
I want somebody to slow me. Skip, dee, 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 bah.
All right.
Shout out to Tony Baker, man. You are hilarious on Instagram,
Yeah,
brother.
if y'all know who Tony Baker is, go check him out.
Yeah, comedian. He does voiceover work with pets. It's
Yeah.
That's just funny.
yeah, at Tony Baker.
Damn, Rudy.
Pussy Moo Cornelius.
Hooty-hoo. Okay, I do have to say, who is training these owls?
Those are
Oh,
amazing
for
ass owls. Someone said Tootsie Pops. Hooty hoo. That's slide.
But the owl just comes
That's
sliding
like a
in.
gangster.
And it's like, who is training this owl to come in when they're called?
Right.
Like, what?
And then there's other ones where he has a group of owls, and he's singing. And he's
We're
singing.
Salt and I'm pepper, and together we
We
are
are
seasoning.
seasoning. Oh, Turkey. Oh, hey. He goes, oh, hey, Caesar. He goes like, and it's Thanksgiving. I don't want to mess with none of y'all today.
Oh, that
Because
turkey.
Bruno, stay your ass over there. Ain't enough of your barking.
Turkeys
today.
are mean, man.
Turkeys are really mean.
They chase you. Man, if I was ever chased by a turkey, I would punt kick that thing so fast. Let me tell you. I don't want to.
Turn around, chase it. With,
But if
with
it's
two
my life
slices
or
of bread.
yours, you going
All
down.
right.
Right? Fuck that turkey.
Yeah. You talking all that smack, but when the turkey sandwich starts chasing you.
That's just funny. All right.
All right, so enough with the pleasantries and the small talk. No, I'm
Let's
kidding.
get down to some real shit,
So,
baby.
Let's get
you know,
let's get-
today's episode, we're gonna. we're gonna kick it off.
No,
Oh,
wait,
okay.
wait.
Oh, well, yeah.
You
but-
are not in charge today, sir. Back up.
No, I'm just saying, man.
Back up. Back up.
Damn, Taryn, that's how you feel.
All right. Bust a move, Terry. Cram.
Got these peps
You know what?
preheated to 375. Oh, damn, she swiped
I know,
you.
she swiped me.
I swiped you right on off. That
That's-
shut
that's the
your
other
mouth.
thing.
That's
we're looking
only a
forward
taste
to.
of what you can perceive.
We're looking
Playboy.
forward to that in the future. When you have a video call, and when you're done, you can just swipe them.
So,
Swipe it down, hang up.
When you want to
swipe 'em
hang up
over.
on somebody and it goes,
Yeah, you know, man. I'm
Well,
tired
I
of
want somebody just behind me.
give me the remote.
That's all I want to do.
That was disrespectful
That was
by
Roman.
Roman.
That
Yeah,
was
we
disrespectful
Oh,
AF.
so good.
He turned that shit right off on Kevin Owens. All right, but before we get started with this episode, we should go ahead and do our, our customary drinks. You know what I mean? Jelly bean.
Mm-hmm. Swing around town.
Get to know this.
Man.
All right, so if y'all don't know, right before we get into each topic, we take a shot, before we get down to brass tacks. So, cheers, everybody.
Cheers,
Cheers to
everybody. Cheers,
progression.
universe.
There you go.
What do you say?
Cheers, universe.
He says, cheers, America. I'm like, in the world.
Oh, name brand. So good.
I like universe better because I feel like the universe is what
Yeah.
makes shit happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Drink up, universe. You need some of this.
Need some of
Word.
Make it a little loopy. Throw
Yeah.
some extra cash in my bank account.
Right. Shout out to the aliens.
Because I'm
if
gonna
y'all
be a
believe in that.
fucking millionaire. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'm gonna get there.
there.
Shout out to the aliens watching season 2021 of Earth. this season.
We made it out of level 6 Jumanji, by
You
the
know what I'm
way.
saying? Last season was wild as fuck, and I know y'all wondering what's going to happen this season, but we
It
trying
was
to tone
to
it
be
down.
continued, and it wasn't as good.
We
but
not trying to do 2020 remix. We going
Hell
trade in
no.
some actors, man. They're exhausted. Like, so now we try to tone it down.
man. I'm tired.
Everybody
if,
need to
if
chill.
this show don't change, this might be my last season too. I
I like to renew my contract, please.
Y'all
And
gonna have to wish.
stipulations.
You have to wish me the best in my future endeavors. You know what I'm saying? I'm out.
I read a meme the other day, and it said, "Girls who value themselves and are trying to peacefully step out of a relationship end them like this. I wish you the best in all your future endeavors." And I was dying. I was like, you know what? Sometimes it be like that.
Y'all are WWE. That's crazy.
Sometimes y'all just need
You have been released.
quietly leave.
I know that shit was funny, but anyway.
Step stage left.
Well, you didn't realize that you'd been released back in December. You got a 90-day no compete.
You were just in limbo. You know
You
what
need to figure
do.
out your own life, and then you
man.
find somebody else.
Yeah, you can go to AEW, or you can go to Impact, you can go to Ring of Honor, but here you gotta go.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then,
All right, so if y'all don't know by now, we are in February,
sure, you're right.
and for us in America, because other places celebrate it at different times, but here we celebrate Black History Month.
Hey,
So that's what this episode is going to be about. Give you a quick history on the history of
Black history.
Black history.
The
History.
history of Black history.
Yeah.
say history 3 times.
You know what I'm saying? And, talk about some other things and then get into things that you may not have known were invented by Black people and stuff like that. So,
All right, so
I'd like to hit, go.
what is Black history?
All right, so in 1926, a historian named Carter G. Woodson, along with the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, came up with Negro History Week. So this is a week.
When was that? You said
1926. It was Negro History Week. They
A lot
chose
sooner than I thought.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See, like we not that far from
Why not?
things. They picked the second week of February because it coincided with Abraham Lincoln's birthday, which is February 12th, and Frederick Douglass's birthday, which is February 20th. So those were the two most prominent people that Black people were celebrating
Right.
at that time. So that's when that's why they put Black Negro History Week at that week, 2nd of February.
Right.
So from 1926 to 1976, it was Negro History Week, and then turned into Black History Week. But it's still only been a week. Only in certain like Black communities or HBCUs where they started to celebrate the whole month. And I believe that was 1969, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 1969 is when that happened. President Gerald Ford in 1976 just figured that it was time to expand it and make February the whole month of February as a Black History Month.
Okay, so like an overall.
He decided to do that because he said it was the bicentennial of the country. So 1776, 1976.
Oh, right.
And so he said that it was an opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history.
Okay. The only problem I have with that is that not enough people are celebrating Black History Month.
Oh, you mean now currently?
Yeah, just still in general. Like I know it's only right now. It's recording day. It's February 6th.
Yeah,
when this comes out, it'll be
The
the 9th.
Yeah.
8th. 6th, 7th,
Tuesday,
the
8th,
9th.
9th, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
9th.
Thursday it'll be the 11th. Okay.
yeah.
So that'll be the 11th. Previous years, my daughter's in 5th grade. So she's only had or celebrated Black History Month 2 out of those 5 years in school
In school, yeah.
that I can recall,
Mm.
which I think is horrendous in and of itself. Like,
Right.
it should be 5 for 5.
Yeah.
And so I just want to make it a point that, yeah, it's a thing and it's a month, but like,
Mhm.
what like not enough people are doing something about it,
Mm.
and that's why I thought this podcast episode, obviously he did, but was very important. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you have seen, I told him about it, but Montez Ford and Bianca Belair have done something on their Instagram for every day.
Yeah.
And like are like dressing up as somebody from like Black History or whatever. And it's
nice.
actually really cool and really educational because you
Yeah.
look at it and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So, but I don't know. I just wanted to, it's a celebration.
Celebration.
It needs to be widened.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, we shouldn't be celebrating our, like, I don't know if you have a specific Filipino
Yeah, we do.
week, holiday, like
It's-
whatever
we have
it
a
is.
month as well.
they have
Okay,
they have
but-
a month. They don't teach us
Yeah, they don't teach. Yeah.
things
But you
about
do.
it, but it's
But
just
see, I don't even know that.
it's
Yeah.
a Filipino.
That's the thing.
It's it's
Asian-
a heritage.
yeah,
But
Asian
I don't
heritage.
think
you know.
Yeah.
you should be the only one celebrating
Yeah.
your own heritage.
Mhm.
I guess is what I'm trying
Right.
to
I
say.
got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
got
it should
you,
be
yeah.
something that everybody gets
You should look.
exposed to.
You should
when
look.
it's-
Yeah.
when it's
learn.
that time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it.
Like,
Yeah, they
it's
should open it up.
'Cause
Yeah.
they have a Latin Heritage Month. I believe that's September.
Mhm.
oh,
So
I think. Let me look mine up again. I think it's in April or May. I could be wrong.
but I'm just saying in general it needs to be celebrated more.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Well, speaking of observing Black History Month, and then like you talked about, that wasn't that long ago, 1926.
I don't know why people think this shit it has been, because for me technically it's still not over.
Right.
And you have to remember, I'm not black. And for me to say I still don't even think that this is over and it's 2021 is
Right.
fucking ridiculous.
Well,
So, yeah, 100 years is a long time, or getting close to 100 years is a
Yeah.
long time. But really?
let's put it in this-
Because realistically, 1926 is not when shit,
Like,
it's not like
change
things were
again.
equal in
Yeah.
1926.
No.
You know,
Right.
so, but anyway, sorry.
Well, think of it this way. So we're talking about, it started 1926 is when they came up with this Negro History Week, turning into
Right.
Black History Week, Black History Month. So you're still going through Jim Crow and lynchings and Ku Klux Klan, all
Right.
that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when the civil rights stuff doesn't come into law and come into effect until the 60s, the late 60s, right?
Right.
So let's say you know somebody who's born in the 50s. They went through segregation. Like my mother was born in the
Right.
born in the 50s, so she grew up going to a segregated school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm sure you have people out there that are in their 60s. They went through this stuff.
Right.
Somebody who was born in the 1960s, then they had to go through the civil rights movement. You know, being able to be on a bus and not have to go to the back if somebody decided they wanted their seat, or not being served at a
Restaurant.
restaurant or at a
going-
hotel.
Not being allowed to go in
right,
that
having to
restaurant.
go
Or-
in through the back door. because
Or have
of-
Yeah,
two different bathrooms.
Yeah.
having two different bathrooms, having
different
two
water
different water
fountains.
Right.
fountains. You know, that was the 60s. That's not that long ago.
It's not.
You know,
That's 60 years ago.
yeah, that's
But that's less than one person's
like
hypothetical lifespan.
Yeah, lifespan, right?
Like that's insane.
Yeah, so
Like my mom was born in the 60s.
Mhm.
So
she was young. going through having to see like the civil rights movement and seeing Martin Luther King killed and Malcolm X killed, like all that happened in the 60s, in the late 60s. That was like 60.
Oh, I lied. My mom was born in the 70s.
Oh, was she born in 70?
No. She was born in the 60s.
So
She was
yeah,
born in
my
1966.
parents,
Yeah, see?
late 40s. I could ask my mom about what she remembers growing up around. Because I know by the time we moved here when I was young, so we're already here in America.
But
So, you know.
is it so? Was it the same in other countries?
What do you mean? Like,
Because
they
you got
treated-
your mom was
Oh.
always obviously in the Philippines most of her
yeah.
life, right?
Yeah, and my dad.
So-
yeah, both of them. So
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, was it?
Because they have Filipinos who look like black people in
Well,
the
yeah.
Philippines.
Oh, yeah.
The negritos.
Is that what they call them?
mhm,
See,
yeah.
and that's so. Was there like a
Oh, if was there?
was
Oh,
there
no, no.
like a divide between the darker
I see what you're
Uh,
saying.
not-
Filipinos and the
no.
lighter Filipinos? You know,
No,
what I'm
not
saying?
that, not that I know.
I mean,
of
I'm
at the
sure there
time.
wasn't a lot of black.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing. I don't know that there
if-
wasn't a lot of black people in the
If
Philippines.
history
but-
serves correctly, it was not. It kind of frowned upon, but I bet they let them in, but they talk crap in their heads. You know, they're like they'll give you the face like, oh, welcome there, no, motherfucker.
Well, I know a lot of
but
people.
they're not in America where they'll be like, hell no.
Right.
They'll say it out loud.
Oh, right.
You know.
I know there's a lot of different
Fuck you, 'cause you ain't shit.
different cultures like Puerto Rican and some Filipinos and
Yeah,
Samoans and stuff where their parents grew up working in the fields, but they would cover up or wear hats or whatever because the darker they got, the more it was known that they were treated
Right.
more
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah.
But because of their heritage, it was more natural for them to be in the sun and have their skin get darker
Right.
without getting a sunburn or whatever.
Yeah.
It was just how things, were. So they
Yeah.
tried to, or if you have any Native American in you, it's just, I mean, sometimes it's the same thing.
Yeah, the skin color is it's a status thing. So it's like
Yeah,
if you were
exactly.
if you were lighter, that means maybe you had some money because you weren't outside in the fields working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You're more.
I remember the first time I
indoor
learned
and
that, I was
treated
like-
kind of more, better.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I think of like movies like
Yeah, you see
Django
the-
Unchained.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And,
you see the
how-
dudes in the field treated
and
way
then
worse than
Samuel's
the dude in
character
the
was
house.
treated like the man.
Mhm.
He ran the house.
Yeah,
even though
because he was exactly.
Yeah, so-
Yep.
I just don't understand how, I just don't fucking get it.
Well, I mean, we talked about
You
that.
got a liver. I got a liver. We all got the same
Yeah.
anatomy parts,
Right.
Except for the sex difference.
Right.
Like what?
That's the only. Yes,
How
that's
does
the only difference.
How?
How does somebody decide
It
that? Oh, your
just-
skin is different from mine, so you're not.
You're
And
not.
that
You're not
may
on my
sound
level.
ignorant,
You're not
but
human.
For me, it's just because
You're-
I guess maybe because I don't think that way, but
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like it doesn't fucking make sense.
I don't get when I hear somebody who's like that
but
doesn't
they're
know.
black.
Like,
What?
Like
How does that even register in your brain?
like if they're like racist or like don't think that they're racist and then they say things, it like boggles my mind. Like, wow, you see, whoa,
Right.
like, are you kidding me? Because like growing up for me, a lot of people thought I was Hispanic. I'm not. I don't. Maybe because skin tone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yet
it's
again.
darker, yeah.
But like, not, like my. I had very Asian eyes, for God's sake. Come on now. And then you say, "Yo, you're Spanish." I'm like, am I?
But does it matter?
No, it doesn't. It didn't,
I
but-
have Spanish blood in me
Yeah.
because I'm Filipino.
Right.
A lot of us have
Yeah,
like,
but no,
Latin
but
last names.
Yes.
But
yeah. They get
Yeah,
it now.
no, you're not.
now
Yeah.
I'm older. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're Asian. You Samoan." I get a lot of Samoan now.
You
Yeah,
Samoan?
But
But it's like,
Polynesian.
does
Yeah,
it
I'm-
matter?
No, it shouldn't.
growing
The
up,
thing-
it did. When you were a kid growing up, you're just
That's
like,
because the
"I'm
influence
this."
of well,
Yeah.
but that's the influence of your parents too.
Right.
Because
kids don't
kids don't
care what you look
They
like.
don't fucking. You're gonna share your toys with me?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do this. Like they don't
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
care.
they don't
Oh
care.
yeah, because they say racism is what
Racism
you
is-
weren't born with it. You're
Yeah,
taught it.
Hell
yeah,
no,
yeah.
you're not born with that
Yeah,
shit.
you're taught with it. You're
Yeah.
taught
Yeah,
it, yeah.
you definitely.
Oh, that's another human that's my age. They don't fucking
Yeah, they
care.
don't
They
care.
do not care. And the only time they care and the only reason they can care is because they were taught to care that.
Right.
Or
exactly.
to give a
'Cause
shit that's a difference.
Now that growing up, because I got along with everybody. I don't care what you were. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. And if we got to know each other on the level, shit.
yeah,
we're
it doesn't
we're
matter.
best friends. But like
Yeah.
I never
I
like
love
once ever, and not ever once growing up for me personally. I'm like, oh, that person's this guy. I'm not gonna be friends with him. Like, no, nothing,
Yeah, it doesn't-
and then
it
my
doesn't
and my
register.
parents never like they you know, they were indoor, like, slightly racism, like don't talk shit, but like within the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
a lot of people
yeah.
are that way.
Yeah, but they never said out loud and everything like that. You know, they'll have their opinions. Like, I had a person with this, and they say something like, "Mom can't say that," you know. But that's like in the family. They're not gonna say it out. You know? I get that. You know, everyone does that, but never did they ever like spout it out in public.
Right.
You know, they know better.
Well, a lot of people say stuff at home that's like
Yeah.
not.
Filthy.
Yeah, but it's like that's my comfort space.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the thing when you have small kids around that people don't really realize
Yeah,
is that I get that
kids are always
but you
around
can't do
when
that
you least
until they're
expect it.
older.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
can- because they will and they can think for themselves and know that you're doing that because you're at home or you're pissed off or you're feeling some type of way, but know who you really are on the inside.
I
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like,
remember
well, she says that because she's pissed off, but she walks out that door and that's not how she
Yeah.
acts.
Right.
my
right,
dad. I
right.
remember my dad telling me the one thing is this: whatever you hear at home, this is our safe zone. I never take
doesn't
out.
leave the
Yeah,
house.
it never leaves the house. Like anything bad I say about anybody else, not because of skin tone, because I got pissed off at that person, stays here.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be pissed off when I leave this house.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, no, you know what? That's fucking
But
smart.
that's everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody is, your home is your safe zone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's. I'm not saying you should be racist,
racist
at
at
home and
home,
teach
no.
your
Yeah,
children to be racist.
don't do
No.
that.
But if you're in your feelings, you go home and that's your
Yeah.
peaceful place to deal with your
Yeah.
feelings.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you talk to
But
whoever's
anyways.
there. Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah, but teach kids.
Yeah.
Teach kids. Teach kids right. God damn
teach
it.
your kids correctly.
So, speaking of other places observing Black History Month, the UK started observing Black History Month in 1987.
Damn.
So I was born in 1982.
Yeah, 83.
So
86.
so even before we were all born, they hadn't
Yeah.
observed that yet.
I wonder why. Not necessarily the observance portion, but
Because
The color skin
there wasn't enough
view.
population to. I'm
Or
assuming.
maybe, well,
I could be
I mean,
wrong.
that's possible
Like,
because
there's not enough people to celebrate it in the UK.
and
that
maybe,
Maybe.
maybe
you know?
they didn't feel like
That's
they
what I'm-
needed it,
they-
and
yeah.
then with the influx of people from Africa,
we would have to look at
and
the
Like the
the
charts,
population
yeah.
statistics to
Right.
know about that. But I'm just
I
saying,
get it,
like,
you
maybe
know?
that's why.
or
Yeah.
maybe like because we had somebody here who thought that was something that we should celebrate. We should celebrate ourselves at least a week,
Yeah.
and then it turned into the month. And now, so maybe they didn't have somebody there who who was like, you know what, we should do Black History Month here too, like they are. And maybe when they finally got somebody to do that, it was 1987. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
could-
mean, it's, but anyway.
So the UK was 1987. Canada is 1995.
95.
So
That's in
I
our
mean,
wheelhouse.
Canada has a big a Caribbean island population.
Yep.
People from Jamaica
Right.
and Trinidad, and so yeah, but that's only in like the majors. That's like Toronto and Vancouver. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the other places may not felt like it was. We don't have any black people here. Why are we like?
Why are we doing this? But,
yeah, like you
but
just
see, that's the thing. That's why I was saying, like, that doesn't mean it should not be celebrated. That means that there's no black people there, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to go travel
And-
and need to know the history
Yeah.
of not only yourself and the world and the whatever, but you need to know the history of like
right.
other cultures. Like,
But like we say, or like they say, excuse me, whoever they ass is,
I don't like
Them's in the
they,
back.
so-
that history is written by the winners. So if
yeah.
if
No wonder we hate they.
I'm just gonna say it because we talk about, so if you're Canada and you were, colonized by the British and by the French, there isn't, at that time, I guess there weren't enough Africans, black people, however you want to call it at that moment, to warrant you teaching about that history because
Doesn't matter.
no, I understand what you're
Should still
saying.
teach it.
I understand what you're, I understand
Doesn't
what you're
matter.
saying. I feel like you should, like, if you're in the United States and you understand the history of it and all that stuff.
Or
Then-
you think you
Or you think you
understand,
understand.
because let me tell you, what you learned in school is not,
Is not
Nope.
the
what you're-
hard,
Crap.
straightforward truth,
Well,
by the
the
way.
stuff you learn for free
Yeah.
is not the stuff you learn when you got to pay for it. That's the thing. When it's free, here, take this because this is what we're telling you.
Yes.
Because it's free. When you go to higher learning and it's coming out of your pocket, oh, this is shit that they didn't tell you. Yeah.
That or you
Oh,
pay
here you
for
go.
it.
You want to pay for
or,
this?
Without
or
you
you
paying-
do your own research.
I
Like,
really wish
yeah.
I would have taken a Black History course when
Yeah.
I was doing my undergrad.
For me, I did like my own like research. Like I wanted to look
Right,
at
right,
like,
right.
inventions of, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's really cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I wanted to like, oh, who invented this? And then it was like, oh, that's really cool. You know?
Yeah.
So I did my own stuff. I didn't like. I hate school. Never been a school person. So when they taught me shit, like, out the
I
ear.
feel you.
I
Right?
didn't care.
I was good at school, but I didn't like it.
I hated school.
I couldn't wait to get
I
out.
can't be sitting there listening to things. I got to be hands on. I got to do something with my hands, other than just fucking write because I'm not gonna listen to anything you fucking say. So sorry, not sorry.
I'm very picky about my professors. Like if the
Yeah.
professor is not good or doesn't like what they're teaching or like has this different outlook or is teaching me like something, like I tune out so fucking fast.
There's only two teachers that are like I still remember that taught me stuff outside of school.
Mm-hmm.
It was a history teacher and my English teacher. Oh, love them to death.
But I
Yeah.
tell Mia all the time because she tries really hard and she cares a lot.
Yeah.
She cares about the grades that she gets and how she does and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to tell her all the time, your grades don't define you and they don't define, your level of intelligence.
Right.
And I just keep telling her that. I was like, I'm not saying you should not
shouldn't
try
care.
your hardest.
Yeah.
I was
Right.
like, as long as you are trying
Trying.
your
That-
hardest and you know in your heart of heart that that's what you're doing,
Yeah.
those don't define you.
Yeah, and always
Exactly.
always keep learning. There's always something new you could learn.
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
as my
Even if you're not going to school. fuck
even at
that.
my age, I like to learn new things no matter
Yeah.
what it is.
Something new every day.
Every day you learn something new. Look something up, you're like, God damn, that is
Yeah.
awesome. And you want to try it? There's tons of how to do anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean? So yeah, just don't put yourself in a bubble and then in a
What else you
narrow-minded.
got?
Let's see. Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
They started celebrating Black History Month 2010.
2010.
So just,
Well,
like,
Ireland is straight white people.
I was saying I can't imagine that there's more than like 10 black people in Ireland.
Well, they.
I mean, maybe there's probably
Black
a lot,
Irish.
a lot
Are
more
you?
now, but
But think about that. It's
No, well,
2010.
they said in the
that was 11
19th
years ago.
They said in the 19th century the city was a leading center for abolitionists. So they had people who were abolitionists to speak out there. So Charles Lexington Renmond, Remond, and Frederick Douglass speak in Ireland.
Mhm.
So it was a center for a lot of abolitionists to talk about.
Okay,
Black history and
so Frederick Douglass went to Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a place for abolitionists to go to. Why did they not celebrate Black History until 2010?
Oh, hey,
See?
I got a brief thing, yeah.
I know, but I'm saying like that's the
because the
Like-
owners, you know what,
No,
I'm
it
just-
says no. It's Black History Month in Ireland it was initiated in Cork in 2010. So yeah, why they started into it, I couldn't tell you.
Okay, so these dates are when it was calendar official, I
Right.
guess you would say.
Yeah.
Right.
That doesn't mean
That they weren't
that certain
celebrating
places
it.
or people or schools or whatever
Weren't
weren't
teaching them,
necessarily teaching or celebrating this.
right,
but
right. We're,
the point is it should have been done a long
we're
ass
just
time
talking
ago.
about like officially, like,
declaring
yeah,
that this area
right
has chosen to acknowledge
Yes.
acknowledge me acknowledge
Acknowledge me as your tribal chief,
these the
head
culture.
of your table. Sick of waiting around here. I'm sick of it. Got skibbity pass for everybody.
Think of playing games, Paul?
Dude, that shit was so funny.
Get the hell out of Paul.
My
Heyman.
skibbity
scared
caps
to-
are preheating at 375, baby.
375. Scared the dog shit out of Paul Haven.
A big old bowl of honey nut roasted skibbity paps, Paul
All
Heyman.
right.
All right, so now we got a little background of, when it started, where it celebrated, who started it, and all that good stuff. Let's talk about inventions. Let's talk about things that Black people have invented, contributed to, enhanced,
Well,
maybe that you didn't know about?
I just want to say that we're not going to go through your normal Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Harry Tubman, because that's the shit that you were already taught in school. And
yeah.
if you weren't taught that in school, I'm just going to assume you went to an all-white private school.
Yeah,
but
George Washington Carver. I mean, y'all, you should know that by now.
I mean, just
have an
to name a
idea.
few. Yeah, and if you don't,
Look it up.
you need
That's
to
your
fucking
homework for today.
Yes, you need to fucking figure it out. So
Homework.
when he
Ew.
says or he mentions these people, I just wanted to know that we specifically picked things that would educate people on. Well, he picked individuals that would be beneficial to know or
Right.
interesting to know
Yeah.
that you didn't already know.
Yeah, sometimes make you go, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, some people
that's
might
really
know
good.
because
Yeah.
they've done their research or
Right.
whatever it is, but you never know.
All right, so we're going to talk. So the first thing, the foil electret microphone was invented by James E. West in 1964. So
I was gonna say, what is that?
basically, that is the technology for small microphones. It's 90% of the microphones we use today. So anything.
Oh, so like the things in your
anything in your
phone
phone, in your camera, in a hearing aid, in a tape recorder, in a baby monitor.
Damn, that's
Anything
crazy.
that has a tiny microphone in it was based off of the invention by James E. West in 1964.
1964. Huh. So, okay. So he had the micro whatever filament to put in other objects that were smaller
Mm-hmm.
because a microphone is completely different.
Right.
Okay.
And so the design of it being so useful, they've been able to
Adapt
it to pretty much anything that has a
Right.
microphone. So,
That's cool.
so yes.
Yeah, I got one.
You got some over
Yeah.
there? Go ahead and give it to me, Cat
Granville
Daddy.
T. Woods. He accumulated nearly 60 patents during his lifetime. He improved the 60 patents in his lifetime.
There you go.
No.
Yeah. He also improved the functioning of railroads. His most notable are the induction of telegraph system, which allowed traveling trains to communicate with one another. There's also allowing dispatchers to locate them, and the first electricity-powered
Huh.
railway.
No.
That's really cool.
I
60
did not.
patents, damn.
Does it
that's-
have a year?
Yeah, 1856 to 1910.
Not for him.
No, this is this.
That-
Oh,
he
his
just-
his 60-year patent,
Yeah, his patent.
on
His
all
patent
this
through
stuff.
those
Yeah.
years? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
That's
was
cool.
like, wow.
That's
I
cool.
wonder. You know what I wonder now that you mentioned the word patent? I wonder if black people had a hard time getting patents on their
patents?
stuff
Probably.
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
because
It doesn't seem like Here's the thing. It doesn't seem like there were issues with
there
that.
seems like there were issues with the people who wanted to put out the correct information on who was the first person to invent something if they were black.
It just seemed like everybody was okay with separate but equal at that point. So like you could do
But
what
if you're separate, are you equal? Why are you separate?
Well, you could do whatever you want. Like you want to get these patents, that's fine. You're getting these patents and you're not interfering with us. You're over here. 'Cause
Right.
we can always get that stuff from you.
Of course,
Because we can-
unfortunately, but at
Well,
the time, yeah.
Not we can take it, but we can get it from you because we can pay you whatever.
Right,
We
right,
can- we
right.
can- so I mean, I don't think that was ever the issue. Like we could do all these things to help each other progress and move forward. It just
But
wasn't,
we're gonna be separate.
Yeah, it just was never a calling for we should do it together until it got to a point where it's like, well, we want to be more than just we want to be involved in everything,
Right.
and then that's where the issue lies. So
Yeah.
because there's plenty of like these people who were getting all these patents, it didn't seem like there was an issue with that from the research that I did. It didn't say
Right.
anything about they had a tough time because it just.
I mean,
seemed
well,
like-
it's like that. That's what I was saying. Like, if there's 60 patents in there, I don't think there's an issue with that. I think there's an
Right.
issue with how the information comes across because
Yeah.
they're not sharing
oh, okay,
that
yeah.
information with us. Like,
Yeah,
do you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sure there's other people that have been given the credit for a patent or an invention that was not theirs, but it was a white person's.
Mm.
whether that was a Native American or a black individual or a Puerto Rican or somebody of darker skin tone, which I think is the thing that I have the biggest issue with, because I could say, and I'm just throwing this out there, this is just completely random, so-and-so invented the refrigerator, and he could be an Irish white dude. Right. But realistically, there could be a freaking Jamaican from wherever that actually invented the whole idea of a refrigerator. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I wouldn't know because I can guarantee you that's not what they're going to teach you.
Not gonna
or
teach us
would
that.
have not taught me in school.
Yeah, they're not going to teach you the person who was an intricate part in making it work. They're just going to give you the person who had the idea for it and
who
put it out
ended up being named after, even though it didn't. Yeah. So,
yeah.
But anyways, so that's my biggest issue. Just like my biggest issue is them telling us the actual background of people in history, like Abraham Lincoln. Was he part black? Was he?
Yeah. See, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So like,
there's research that says that he was an octoroon,
so
which is like 1/8 black.
But they're not going to tell you that.
No, they're not going to tell you that.
You have to dig for that type of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure it all out. So for me, a lot of this stuff is interesting because you don't hear that. But I digress.
But that's the stuff that you will at least get a chance at if you continue your education.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to tell you that.
Or you learn it yourself. You want to
in the free 99 public school.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Everyone got some sort of internet on your goddamn phone. You can look it up.
That's true.
Everyone got a little big computer. Public libraries are still, not now, but out and about. And you can go in there and do your work there.
Yeah.
Speaking of computers, right?
So. Oh, gotcha.
Did you know that the IBM computer was created by a black man? Otis Boykins.
Yep.
I didn't know that until we talked about it earlier, but yeah.
He invented the IBM computer. The modern day pacemaker.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
And chemical air filters.
Where do they use chemical air filters?
Well, to
In, like,
to
clean rooms.
to clean like
Clean
if there's
rooms.
chemicals in the air, like to the filter to.
It's probably that in between room where they like suck out all the
Yeah,
air.
so- yeah.
Clean room.
Gotcha.
Basically clean room.
not like a place that uses chemicals to filter the air, but like a thing.
No,
that
I mean like.
gets the chemicals out of the air.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think of a clean room because you go.
I
through,
honestly didn't know that was a
You get
thing.
sealed
Yeah.
into that one room. They suck up all whatever's around you or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Then you can walk. in
And then
clean.
you walk in
Yeah.
okay. I knew that was a thing, but I didn't know that that's what that thing was.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah.
Yes.
I watched a sci-fi movie. They know about clean rooms. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Do you know the
You
security?
gotta suck out all the alien juice out of you.
The security system was invented by a black woman.
He does.
What happened?
Yeah, the security system.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Marie
Marie
Van
Van
Brittan
Brittan Brown. Yes, 19.
A black
66.
woman
1966.
in
First
1966.
ever home security system.
I didn't
after
know that.
Wanting to increase her own security, her house's security in Queens, New York neighborhood.
Yeah.
The original design contained a camera, two-way microphone, peepholes, and monitors, all serving as a foundation for today's modern systems.
I did not
Yeah.
know that.
That's
That's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah, I read that. I
Yeah.
was like, that's awesome.
Because her husband worked long hours, so when because she was a nurse, I believe. So when she would get home, she'd be home by herself
Uh-huh.
in like late hours of the night. So just to feel more secure, she came up with that.
That's amazing.
That's really awesome. She came over to all this stuff too.
Yeah,
The camera,
yeah,
the
it
microphone,
had a camera, had a
the
microphone.
peephole, because people put it in their doorbell
It
thing.
had
Yeah.
the
That's amazing.
surveillance monitor, a button to call the police.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Look
Had
at
all-
her. That's amazing.
Yep.
that's awesome.
What else you got? That is
There was a
amazing.
co-inventor to the IBM original personal computer, Mark Dean.
If it wasn't
Yes.
another black person,
No, it
I
was-
don't
no,
want to
it is.
know.
It is.
Mark
On the list.
Mark
just kidding.
Dean in 1980 did the color
Yeah.
the color monitor,
AC color monitoring, changing how we all interact with it.
and then in 1999 he invented the gigahertz chip. So every computer has a
Oh, so like the
2.4
processor,
gigahertz.
the Intel,
yeah, he's-
like that.
yes.
Yeah, the channel enables printers, keyboards, and mice to communicate with your computer.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's the Intel Pentium processor chip that you use now but was the very first
Yes.
one.
Oh, that's really cool.
And the world's first supercomputer in 1989,
Damn.
Philip Emeagwali, took 65,000 processors to make this supercomputer, and it was able to calculate at it could do 3.1 billion calculations per second.
What in the ass?
That's a lot. Sure, this one's really good. Lonnie Johnson, the engineer, developed his mega water gun in his free time while working at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
Yeah, Super
and once
Soaker.
the toy dubbed the
What
Super,
was it?
The Super,
Super
Soaker.
Soaker.
Dubbed the
Lonnie.
Oh,
Super-
yeah, that's
hits
on
the
Brandon's
sh-
list.
Yeah, hits
Yeah,
the
Lonnie
show of
Johnson.
1990s popularity skyrocketed. 2017 Forbes reported that it had earned over $1 billion in retail sales.
Yeah, and
Just
he had
fucking around in NASA, he developed some mega water gun. That's awesome.
He just got his patent and his money from that a couple years ago. Actually,
Oh my
wow.
God. See, this is what I was talking about. Give this man his money. Do you know how many
Give him his monies.
Super Soakers have him
Right.
sold
Everybody
since
had a
that
Super
shit was
Soaker.
I had
invented?
a-
Give this man his fucking
I had a
money
wall.
and his patent,
He-
and any money you gave anybody else or any of these other fucking companies need to go to this man.
I had
need
a
you to run him
wall.
back his money. Fuck that.
My wall looked like, freaking Hitman's freaking Super Soakers everywhere on my wall.
when you flip the wall
Oh, I
over,
was
it's
gonna
all these
say when the
guns.
wall
Yeah.
flips. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
everybody
I
had
turned-
Super Soaker at some
no, I
capacity,
turned-
whether it was handheld,
No, mine was,
whether it was this one, where it was the one with the pump. It had the-
No, mine
had the-
was
had
yeah,
the-
Had the-
had the
had the
back.
shit in the
Had
back.
No, I turned the thermostat, didn't turn around.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah,
the double
yeah,
pump, triple pump,
Yeah, he got his
mega
patent.
pump.
He got his patent in his
Double
in his
barrel?
money.
Yeah.
Not I don't know. It wasn't that long ago. It was only a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That he finally got his.
See, this is the shit I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's see, what
We're
else?
gonna learn
This
today.
is why, if you have something good, you do not tell anybody. You
Right.
gotta
Keep it to
fucking
yourself.
figure this shit
You
out.
put it in a patent office by yourself. You put it under a
Yes.
fake name, but your real name. Your
fake
invention's a
name, but
fake
your real
name,
name.
but
Your
a
fake
real
name, but your real name. Don't listen to this guy. I'm just saying.
That's the invention you
can't-
shouldn't use. Don't use that one.
Yeah, don't use
Your
that
fake
one.
name, but your real name. Huh?
Don't use that. But you
Not an
just
author. You can't use no pseudonym.
you can't. Don't trust nobody. DTA.
All right, let's see. The blood bank
Yep.
and bloodmobiles
All that.
was made by Dr. Charles Drew.
Doctor, you hear that?
Yeah.
Doctor, put doctor on this
Dr.
man's
Charles
name.
Drew.
Put respect in this man's name.
You know, his inventions allowed, military. So when things happen, they're able to store the blood and have blood all the time and year round. So whenever somebody needs it, boom, they can get it to you.
What year was that?
I don't recall what year that was.
Oh,
I'll look it up.
'Cause I was-
look it up. It.
somebody let me know what year that was.
I
Because
had it. I forgot it, but it. I mean, that was a while ago. Obviously, it was a while ago, but
I ask because I want to know if it was before or after the Tuskegee trials,
that's a good question.
because I wanted to make a really big point about this, because if you don't know what that is and what I just said, I will let you know. No, nothing.
I believe it was 1938.
I'm almost there.
Is that
So-
what it was? 1938?
It was before.
He was also dubbed the father of the blood bank.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's way before, because the Tuskegee trials, I believe, I know it supposedly ended in 1976.
Oh yeah.
That's insane. So it went from 1940 something. I'm not sure of the exact date, but I know the stuff didn't end until 1976, where they were unethically involving African Americans in a trial for syphilis
Mm-hmm.
to see how they reacted and whatnot. And they were purposefully injecting them with this.
From 1932 to 1972.
See, 32 to 72.
Yeah.
So I thought it was 76. Anyways, I mean, it's still the 70s, which
Yeah,
is fucking
that's
ridiculous.
not
That's
long
40
ago.
years. So for 40 years, they were injecting mostly, I want to say mostly black men, but African Americans in general
Yeah,
with syphilis.
and not treating them. to see how it.
And to see how it progressed. And if you know anything about medicine or psychology, or any time you're running any type of experiment, there are ethical trials that you have to go through. So you can't do human trials without actual human willing participants, and they have to be fully disclosed on what they are going to be doing, and they have to be okay with the fact that they may get the placebo or they may not get the placebo. So people who, like, let's say, signed up to get the COVID vaccine before it was approved, signed a shit ton of paperwork. But that is not what happened with the Tuskegee trials. These people did not know that they were being injected with syphilis, and they did not know that there was a possibility that this disease would...
It cause blindness and...
it can cause death in
death.
general.
Yeah.
So, long story short, I just want it to be known that if you've seen stuff around that says... African Americans aren't exactly willing to step up and get all these other unnecessary vaccines like the flu shot and the COVID-19 vaccine.
There's a reason why.
There's a fucking reason why.
Yes,
and
history
this
has.
is just one snippet of why that is. So
Yeah, they said it became...
it was not cool.
They
It
said
was
it became unethical because in the 40s is when they discovered that penicillin could cure it.
And they still
did nothing.
They didn't
about
give it to them.
Yeah,
The
so-
people that they injected with syphilis that were getting worse, that were going blind, or losing years off of their life. I'm at a loss for words because it gets me hyped. But they did not end up giving them penicillin.
No,
they just were
they
like,
just-
"Oh, well, you have syphilis now." Like,
Yeah,
that's it.
they just washed them.
They could have given them penicillin, knowing that penicillin could have helped them.
Yeah.
So. But yeah. And I can't say that had they not taken the penicillin or been, very trusting of wanting to take the penicillin, I couldn't have blamed them that way either, because you just fucking gave me syphilis. How am I supposed to trust you to give me something else that's not worse or that's supposed to make me better? So I'm not saying it's their fault, because it's not. It's the fault of, hey, we could have cured you and we didn't. We didn't give you penicillin.
Yeah.
But it's just a fucked up situation. But
that's also doctors back then telling people that black people had a higher threshold for pain.
oh my god!
And so
when I found that out in psych class, I was at a fucking loss for words.
They're reluctant to give
Pain
us
meds.
pain medication, and things of that nature because our threshold.
They still don't.
Yeah, our thresholds are like you
Well,
have to.
I mean, they still don't, because subconsciously that is there. And
Right.
when you go to med school and you go through all this, whether they directly tell you that or not, they tell you it by telling you the mistake that happened in the past, which they shouldn't do, because that puts it in your brain.
Right.
And so it's still a thing. So a lot of the time, black individuals are not prescribed pain meds, and it's to the fault of the medical field, because also
Over there.
Oh.
Okay.
I was like, what?
There you go.
Also black males consistently have higher blood pressure because they're constantly under stress based on racism and worrying about what's going to happen during their lifetimes.
Who have we learned in school who invented the light bulb and the telephone?
Oh, well, the light bulb was Edison and the telephone was Alexander Graham Bell. But yes, I know where
But
you're
that
going.
is not
Yep, I
correct,
saw
sir.
that.
Lay it on me. Lay it on me,
Louis
pimpin'.
Latimer. Light bulb. Born in 1884 to runaway slaves, Latimer became an inventor and engineer. In addition to his inventions of one of the earliest air conditioning units, he assisted in development of most of the world's most important inventions, including the light bulb and the telephone. I did not know that. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier, where so he invented the filament that goes in the light bulb. But had he not invented that, the light bulb would have never been invented. But he never got any credit for it.
But
Just like this, there's a woman who
But I
invented
digress.
the ink that goes on the slides for the
Oh,
the
when you put
microscope?
it on the microscope? Yeah.
so that you can see things better and see what's died and what's not and like what the different cells are.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't get credit either. I don't know her name, but
And you talk about the refrigerator, Frederick Jones, refrigeration machine.
oh, see,
Jones-
funny shit. I actually did
Yeah.
not know that.
Yeah.
Maybe I did, and I didn't
Jones
realize
was a
I knew that. But
self-taught engineer with a number of important inventions. His most notable inventions was the refrigeration machine used to transport blood, food, and medicine during World War II.
see,
See?
Yep.
in there I knew this, but I didn't. Know
I did
this.
not know that. That's really cool.
Yeah, see?
What else you got, baby?
Learn something new every day, right?
That's really cool.
Let's see. Mary Davidson. She invented the walker.
Ah.
You know, like when people were
Oh,
older and they
Like
haven't,
old-
yeah,
the
like
tennis-
like
put
a
the
like
Oh, and they
balls on
put
the
tennis
tennis
balls.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
She invented that, and she invented the toilet tissue paper holder.
The roll.
The roll? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
baby.
can't-
I hate it when the toilet paper is just sitting around.
She invented it because she developed MS. So
Oh,
it
that's
was
sad,
yeah.
but
So
I
it
see.
helped her, and obviously like
Uh-huh.
not having to get up and go get toilet paper when
Right.
she needed it, I can just
Put it.
Yeah.
I'm going to pronounce his last name wrong, but world's fastest
talked.
computer?
I talked about that
You did
already.
that?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes.
okay.
The supercomputer.
Yes,
Yeah.
Philip
That's
Emeagwali.
There it is.
Yes.
What else
Born
you
in
got?
Nigeria and
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
came to age as the brutal civil war. He earned many advanced degrees, including a PhD in scientific computing, and he created the world's fastest computer. That's awesome.
This woman, Lisa Gelobter, she invented shockwave, which was the beginning of computerized animation. So that technology led to like GIFs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
That's cool. I mean, see,
See, what would you do?
you wouldn't
You
have
would have
gifts.
gifts.
What the fuck?
You wouldn't express yourself in funny ways.
Yeah.
You would have to do it with your own mind. With everyone sucks.
Right? Now you can express yourself with animated
Express
clips via the
yourself.
internet because of
Of
Lisa.
shockwave,
Yes.
which Lisa so fantastically invented.
Lisa Gelobter. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong, but
Doing the best you can.
Gelobter.
Yeah, Galobter.
Then
yeah.
another one.
So
Daniel Hale Williams, pioneer of open heart surgery. First one to do open heart surgery and succeed.
mm-hmm.
See,
Yeah. You know,
That's
they're
awesome.
doing the traffic lights invented by a black man.
Garrett
The
Morgan,
elevator.
traffic light and gas mask.
Yeah, see? The elevator.
Elevator go up. Elevator stop.
Marion Croak. She's still alive. She's actually the senior vice president at AT&T. She was the inventor of
oh, I think I know who that is.
voice over internet protocol.
Oh, VoIP.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, she done did
Huh.
that. She done did that on y'all. She did it on you. And then there's Dr. Shirley Jackson. She's responsible for the touch tone phone, along with caller ID, call waiting, and fiber
No, you love
optic
that caller
cables.
ID.
Fiber optic cable.
You look at that
Uh-huh.
call it. I ain't paying that up.
Yeah,
See?
See?
you could.
You'd have to answer
you
the
see,
goddamn phone
exactly.
still
You see,
all the time.
you
if
be
it
have to
wasn't for
talk to
her.
bill
You pick up with
collectors
bill
all the
collectors
time.
called would call you.
Bill collectors all the time.
Thank
Family
you,
mem-
Shirley.
Family
Thank you.
members that wanted money.
Right? Dr. Shirley Jackson was like, not today. She put the kibosh on that.
Thank
like,
you,
she-
Dr.
she's
Shirley.
looking like-
She was in
Jackson.
tune with her star
Yeah.
player.
She was
See?
looking like, it's your uncle again. He want money. I ain't picking this phone up. Then I go to voicemail. We're going to listen
Every
to it
time I
anyway.
get paid, Junebug be tripping. Nope.
They know the first and 15.
You know if you
The
black,
first
you
and
got,
the
you got
15, they know
somebody.
what's up.
Right?
You know if you black, you know somebody in your family named Junebug. That was their nickname.
Wait a minute.
And
Do you
if-
have
and if
somebody
you-
in your
and if-
family named Junebug?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Oh,
I had
yeah,
a
you
family named
do.
Junebug. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I had to think
family
about
member-
that for a
I had a
second.
family member named Jelly Bean. Well, we call him Jelly. His nickname was Jelly Bean because his head.
Nice.
I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, Jelly. Shout out to Jelly. He probably don't listen, but shout out to him anyway. That's my cousin. My second
Yeah,
cousin.
it's funny you have cousins that we nicknamed, but they're after food. You know? Yeah. Well, it's funny, like in Japanese, Gohan actually means rice, so I have a cousin named Gohan. Are you rice? Will you rice?
Oh my god.
Rice is rice,
No, say
right?
Rice is rice. Go on.
That's racist. I'll give you a more simple one that I actually didn't know until one of those 2 years in which my daughter did Black History, which is Ruby Bridges. She was the first girl to attend an all-white school.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, she...
Is she the one that they had that picture of those?
She's still alive.
Are those students like yelling at her? While
I
she's
think so.
walking? Is
Yes,
that
I
her?
believe so.
Shout out to
No. Because she was younger.
Oh yeah, because that girl was
one-
going into
that-
high school or something.
Yeah, that girl's
so
like
she's probably
older. No, she
yeah.
was young. She was like I don't know how old she was. She was younger though. I'm almost positive she was younger. She's still alive,
Yeah,
right?
She's same age as my mom.
Shout out to Ruby Bridges.
Yeah.
1954.
Yeah, so she's still alive.
Yeah.
I think she was like 6 or 8.
Let's see, segregate. When were schools desegregated? That was in
They
the-
weren't quite
Not- well,
desegregated,
yeah, well,
but
but-
she lived. She
Wouldn't that
she
be like
moved in a
mid
neighborhood.
to late
That was in the
70s?
That was in the 60s. That was the 60s.
Was it? I thought it was like mid 70s.
So she was probably she was no more than 10 for sure.
Yeah, she was young. I think she was between 6 and 8. I'm almost positive she was.
So shout out to Ruby Bridges.
Yeah, so I learned that. My daughter's 11. She learned that when she was like 7 or 8. So that was cool. And then she did the thing on Martin Luther King, which is typical, but
Man,
not true.
whatever. What's not
The
true?
story about what people think they know about Martin Luther King.
Oh, about like how he died and all that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. People
he
don't-
was shot and he did
Assassinated.
not die.
He didn't
not
die
die.
there. He died at
He-
the hospital.
Yeah, died
Yeah.
at the hospital. Someone injected
because
him.
they killed him
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone
at the hospital.
injected him with something.
And people don't even realize that the King family sued the U.S. government
Mm-hmm.
and they won and got
Mhm.
money.
Yep.
So, whoop, there
Oh,
it is.
he also didn't the king
It'll never
also
be enough.
sue, the Trump administration for using his picture and Jackie Robinson during their campaigns. Well,
I'm
they
sure they
tweeted-
probably
yeah,
sent them
yeah.
like cease and desist
yeah.
because they not.
But he
they-
tweeted like, "Oh my god, like what, you know?" It was
Yeah,
like,
'cause it's like, man,
the-
Oh, his
the
daughter.
yeah, his daughter and the
Yeah, his
gall and
daughter
the-
was very-
the audacity of this.
Oh yeah, his daughter was very outspoken
Yeah.
about that, as
I-
she should have been.
Yeah, I was like, oh
But
my
yeah,
God.
definitely.
Man, can you imagine having to go to school but have like marshals escort you to school because you could like have been killed as a child?
Oh, when Ruby Bridges
Yeah,
had the
like-
marshals.
like
So
that's-
Ruby Bridges had
that's
marshals
crazy.
escort her to school because they didn't know how it was going to go for her. And honestly, I would love to hear about how it actually went for her.
Mm-hmm.
There is somebody that a lot of people hate on.
So she was 6 years old. So
See,
she-
I
so-
told
yeah.
you. I knew she was
So it was-
super
it was-
young.
it was
I was
19
almost positive she was
It
6.
was 1960 when that happened.
Yeah.
Because in 1954, when she was born, that the Supreme
So
Court.
did you want to talk about the
that
pioneers?
was Brown versus Board of Education.
Pioneers during our time, because I never like thought of like go to music like West Coast rap, even though they were talking about drugs, killing, all that. That was their life. At the time.
Drugs, money.
Well, I want to. There is. So, do you know who Jane Elliott is? You probably do.
Yes, I know Jane
You know who
Elliott.
Jane Elliott is? So, Jane Elliott, if you don't know who she is, she's a very white woman. And she
Lovely old white woman.
basically does these educational things where she takes a group of white people and asks them like how they want to be treated or whatever. But like years and years ago, she was doing the blue eyes, brown eyes experiment in like young kids' classrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And she would assign, you have blue eyes, you have brown eyes. Like it didn't matter what color eyes you actually had.
Right.
This is the group you're in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And kids started realizing like, but I have brown eyes. Like, why is that so bad? Like, you know,
Yeah, right.
like it's not. So I think that's a great thing. I wish that they would actually still do that because it just teaches that
There's a video that I found on Facebook. It's a European, but it's an experiment. They put people like, these are the cool kids, these are the loners, all in a box, and the guy would be like, so who's been bullied their lives? And then
it's everybody.
And they would get together. You know, they were
Yeah,
like, this
it's
is like
everybody.
Everyone's the same. Everyone's going through the same shit. Just because you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what people need to understand. You know what I mean? Just we're all human beings, no matter what.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
So
Word up.
Jane Elliott started her exercise in 1968, which was right after the quote unquote assassination. Well, it still is technically assassination because even though they didn't kill him after they shot him, they killed him in
he's
the
still
hospital
the
she's
side.
still the side, yeah.
after Martin Luther King Jr. died. So what happened is like all the kids like wrote about like their whole experience, and she realized that stuff was like, it was like working out, like it was working. So she ended up doing a documentary called The Eye of the Storm, and 15 years later got the first class that she did. So in like 1970, she got that class together.
Wow.
And like they talked about like how it still changed their life and stuff like that. And she still does. I don't know if she does them anymore, but you know, years up until at least a few years ago, she did seminars with people, and she would ask them like, if any of you are okay with being treated the way that black people are treated now, raise your hand. And
Yeah.
people fucking
And
raise
people-
their hand, and she's like, I don't think you understood the
Understand.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? But yeah, she's
I
great.
saw that. And they're like, so you guys know how black people are treated, but none of you want to be treated like that.
Right.
So why do you think that it's okay?
Exactly.
It's okay. Yeah.
I saw
So,
that.
and
Yeah.
she asks people like,
Because-
what the fuck is the difference? I mean,
Right.
she doesn't say it like that.
She should
And I
have.
keep this quote. It was in my car until I got a different sticker that I put in my car, but now it's at my desk, and it says, I forget what it says. I had it in my brain and then I lost it, but
Yeah. Because you know, as
Somebody go on her
It's-
desk
it's
and get the
basically-
somebody go to the car and go get it.
it's basically if you choose to stay quiet, you're choosing the side of the oppressor or whatever.
right.
So
Silence is compliance.
yeah,
or
basically.
things
Yeah,
along
'cause,
those,
you
those
know,
lines.
Growing up in in the 80s ourselves, it's like, you know, kids. You know, I was ignorant. You know what I mean? Now that I've grown up and I have this lovely man as one of my best friends, I used to say the N word a lot, like an idiot. You know what I mean?
A lot of people do. Man.
Yeah, you know, and
A lot
then
of people- a
and
lot
don't
of
get me
people
wrong.
do.
When I grew up, when I had in my neighborhood at the time, I had Filipino and black people on the block. So they would see me and they would say it to me, but I would never say it to them. They were like, you know, they would say it. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
the N-word?
yeah. I was like, oh, snap. And then I never thought to myself, this is okay for me to say because I am not,
Right.
you know. And because amongst your friends, you would say it like real quietly.
Yeah.
But yeah, but then you know, I grew up and then I just realized, you know, that's something I should not say whatsoever,
Yeah.
even in passing, even as a joke or anything like that. And out of respect out of this man, that's why I stopped it altogether. I don't
Hey,
say it
man,
at all. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you.
Because I love this dude. I love this guy.
You're not the first, and you're not the last,
Yeah.
man. I know plenty of people who
Yeah, I still know him.
who just say it like it's everything. It's like,
Yeah.
you know.
When I watch all these videos now, and then you know, just
I mean,
like the ignorance is baffling.
It
Like,
is.
Jesus Christ.
me personally, I don't honestly, I don't think anybody should be saying it because of what it's connected to, but it doesn't offend me if people say it and if they're trying to direct it towards me, only because I know it's what you're trying to do, and that's
Yeah.
the best
Yeah.
you can do. then
Wait, have
gotta
you
go.
had a direct? I mean, I'm
Yes,
sure you have,
yeah.
but
Yeah, of course.
like,
yeah.
But in-
I've had-
in-
but
like
have
in a
you ever
in a
had it
racist
directed
tone?
to
Yeah.
you from somebody who you didn't think would ever come from?
no, I never. No,
Because I feel like that would be super heartbreaking.
no, I've never had somebody who I didn't think. No. It's only been from people. Well, it's been people that I may not have known well, but have said it to try and get me
Right.
to react a certain way. And I'm just like, that's the first thing you do when you're upset. You say the N-word at somebody. And it's like,
Really?
man, I'm almost 40. Like, I can never be
Right. It's
Like that's
what?
if that's the best you got, then
Man, my go-to
I
word
feel
is
bad for you
fuck.
because
Right,
I got plenty of words and things I can say to you that will hurt your feelings. Worse than
I
you
can
calling
make
me the
it.
N word. So
Yeah.
it's like
The amount of ammo I have to make you cry, you don't want none of that.
exactly.
You don't want
none of
this smoke.
that. I'm telling you,
You can go to therapy for a while
saying,
after what I go through with your
these
ass.
skippity paps have been on preheat for 375, so they
For
just
a
waiting.
long time,
They just
baby.
waiting to come out.
I'm
The
gonna
oven.
make you say the therapy. Ski dee 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 dee. You say that shit for
That
no
kitchen
reason.
timer's gonna ding any minute now,
Yeah,
baby.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, growing up, even in songs, I hear it. If someone says it and I'm around it,
I
Yeah,
always
I mean-
change the word. I'm the
Yeah, I changed
weirdest.
the word now.
change
I changed the word.
It's usually bitch, but like I always change the word. It's so funny.
I go like the homie or bruh.
I don't say it.
Yeah.
Only because I don't want people to feel like it's okay to say it around me,
Mm-hmm.
even though like it's not that big of a deal to me if you're saying it in the song or whatever.
but you
I've
know, I
been-
hate that.
yeah,
I
I've-
just
yeah.
don't.
You know, like I've been places where that's happened. And it's like, oh, this, or like we've gone to karaoke,
Like,
Yeah,
what do
we're
you,
like-
but what,
and
but,
someone has said it, and you're like,
but it's people like you don't know. Like, what are you gonna do?
yeah, like
Yeah,
that's the other thing. Like I can't fight everybody. I'm not gonna.
No, when I hear it, and I
What
was
are you in
like,
jail for? Someone said the N word.
I was like,
Like what?
I was like,
yeah, no, it's
no.
not.
no, but I get surprised though, like when he says like, that fool actually said it. What the
Yeah, I
fuck?
get it. Yeah.
There's nothing I can do
Well,
about it.
he
was-
had a group of girls.
I was doing karaoke, hosting karaoke. And,
Oh, okay, all right.
And a group of like college sorority white girls came in and they wanted to sing Lil Dicky and Chris Brown, Freaky
of course,
Friday.
of course.
And that's in there multiple times in case you don't
Uh-huh.
know.
And so I was like, and I didn't think so. I was like, you sure you guys know that? I was thinking like, you got.
Do you know the song?
Yo,
Like,
what if the girls did?
Yeah, and they were like,
Phonetically.
they were like, yeah,
no,
no.
that's the only fucking word they
That's what I'm saying.
knew.
That's
Yeah. The whole song came on.
So
Everything was going fine or whatever. And then as soon as the lyrics started, there was
the first word she said.
there was
That's
like
how the song goes.
everybody was because there was like 3 or 4 of them and they didn't really know the words. But then when they got to there, where everybody was like, "What's up, my big O's my?" I was like, "Oh no, we not doing that. Turn that down. Turn the microphone off." I was like, "Yeah, y'all got to pick a different song because."
That's how
We're
that
not
happened.
doing that.
One thing, you don't know the song, and 2, that's the only part of the song you know. Yeah, we're not doing that. So pick something else.
And,
So get off the stage.
You don't.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was
And
like,
you don't-
yeah,
and
I
you
bet
don't
you are.
see-
Get the fuck
Who
out
the
of here.
fucking host? You see who the fucking host is?
I know, right?
And
Like,
that's why I was
the
like,
audacity.
I was
right?
like, this is really crazy that like they see this black man.
Man, I wish I was
like
there for
you
that.
can see me.
I
'Cause
gave you. You
like-
looked. At, you watched me hand you
Right?
the mic. You
You-
saw
you
how
see me,
dark
saw
his
you.
hair was.
I see you, see me, see you. Looking at me, looking at you while you singing the song.
You must have blinked 80 times, didn't see the color black.
right. I just,
Christ.
I was like, this is.
Oh, I thought you was white. What?
And I was waiting for them to not say it or say something
Oh,
else.
you
So
know
I was
they
like, but something of mine is like, somebody,
You're like, this is gonna happen.
somebody gonna say it. So I put my hand right on the volume. And as soon as that shit, what up, my?
Because there's a good chance if that shit happened, there's a good chance one of them girls would get the ass whipped somewhere.
Yeah.
in
So
that
I was
bar.
like, I'm saving you and me. Like I'm saving my ears. I'm saving your ass.
Like,
So
no,
saving your
that's-
life.
yeah. So ladies and gentlemen,
That's crazy.
you know, people think it's cool to say and all that. Sometimes you don't have to be cool. You just
And
not,
you gotta
just don't
feel out
say
the
it.
crowd, yo. There's
Yeah.
sometimes you
no. It's,
No, don't
No,
fucking
no,
say
no,
it.
but there's people that will. I'm just saying, if you are gonna go for it,
And I understand alcohol is a hell of a drug,
Yeah.
and all that. But sometimes you can't forget yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
oh, Chelsea, I think Carrie was like
People will forget the song you sang. They'll forget how great you sang it, but they
Yes,
will not
never
forget,
forget
how
the
it
bullshit
made
you
them
pulled.
feel.
exactly.
yeah, because Carrie is a whole
Exactly.
different monster. There's some guys and girls like once the liquor gets in, like I'm a superstar. I'll do it,
Oh
you know,
my
and they
God.
go off and they like I was like.
Cut your microphone.
I was
Smooth
like-
the fuck off, too.
I was
Right?
like, and if you're gonna be there, please learn the whole song, not just the hook. Thank you.
and not just the bad words.
PSA. Yeah, that's his best word.
I don't care whether you know the song or
Yes,
not.
I want you to
But
know
if
this.
that's the only word you're gonna say in the song and it's the
Yeah.
N word, we have a fucking issue.
I heard
I
that
smell-
first, and by my I was like, "Ooh,
Yo.
I turned down. I was like, "Oh, this." They gonna say
They
3 or
go-
4
they
times.
gonna say it
And I
again.
was like, "Nope, we're not doing
Yo, if
that."
I was there, I had to skitty pass with all them girls.
My skipping password. We're preheated, baby.
Said, better you than me. They put my black ass in jail.
I was like this. I was warming up.
He has skippity paps for us, officer.
What is that?
Honey nut, fresh bowl, skippity paps.
Oh my god.
Play this game, Honey Cups, Sugar Bear.
Jane Elliott's was in one of T.I.'s rap videos.
Oh, was
She made a cameo appearance
Nice.
in a rap music video. She's a real life American hero, T.I. has said. So is Killer Mike. He was excited to meet her.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I didn't know it was that serious. I mean, I knew she was that great, but.
Yeah, people fuck with Jane Elliott.
Anyways,
So
how we doing?
I'm good. I think
Anything
that was
else?
a very insightful episode.
Yeah, there's a lot. I want to look up more.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look a lot more.
hey man, you know what? And you're free to at your leisure. You can hit us up next episode. And be like, you know what? I just learned about such and
Heck yeah.
and we'll do
You
it.
goddamn right.
You know, like we said, ladies and gentlemen, it's never too late to learn about any subject. You have all the power you need right at your fingertips, literally. It's in your pocket, it's in your purse, it's in your jacket,
In the next few years, it's gonna be right in your damn ear.
right? It's going to be implanted into your hand.
Yeah.
You making phone calls like, what movie was that? Oh, Total Recall, the remake with Colin Farrell and Jessica Biel. Boop, 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 right in your hand.
Yeah.
Hello. So yeah,
Or you put your hand on a fucking thing and then
and
fucking
it becomes
computer
and
screen.
you swipe them on.
Right.
So
Vendor
yeah.
style, swipe.
So it's never too late to learn.
Yeah.
It's 24 hours in a day. Make sure you use them all to learn as much as possible. And
You know,
everybody else final
I'm just saying,
close-
I
like,
do have
learn what you learn, but dig deeper. There's more to the history of what you learned in school.
Yeah.
Always dig deeper.
big facts.
'Cause-
Definitely.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, you know, this person invented it. No, there was others who came with the same idea that made it better.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
always
So-
dig deeper, guys.
Yes, sir.
People who are racist aren't stupid, they're ignorant. And the answer to ignorance is education. That's a Jane Elliott quote. I want to take credit for that so bad, but we know the insides of me can't. That's a Jane Elliott quote. And
Yeah.
I say that because we're talking about digging deeper and learning and doing research. Like, it takes education, and education is time consuming, and higher education is not free, as we've
It's
talked
not.
about.
Nope.
So you can educate yourself. Everything is there. If you can't
It's-
afford it, libraries should be open now. You can go
Yeah.
to the library.
And
if
you know-
have a
and
phone,
you know everybody
can
got a
search
phone.
the interwebs.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody got a
So-
phone. Don't act like you don't.
Right?
Don't
The
act
best-
brand new.
The best
Don't do it.
way to cure
Your
this
phone's
is
brand new, you
to
not.
have conversations
Mhm.
and educate yourself about
Yeah.
this, or get educated.
Or
about
if
it.
you have
1,000%.
friends of other cultures, talk to them. You know.
There you go.
There is a book that I read. It's called How to Be Black. And no, I wasn't figuring out how to be black. It's just the name of the book.
I become black?
It's,
yes,
it's by Baratunde Thurston.
Hey,
He has the
The TED
Oh,
Talk.
I
the
can't-
TED Talk, which is so great.
Everybody
But he
read
also
One
has
day.
a book. He also has a book.
we're gonna
Man.
meet this man.
Everybody read.
Put him on the
would,
show.
I would love to meet him.
I would love
and
to talk
Jane
to him.
Elliott. And
Yeah.
there's
Sarah,
so many
I've
people.
met Sarah Knight. I'd love to talk to her
Yeah,
all
so-
day. I'd have a blast talking
Yeah.
with her.
Yeah, good stuff. Good
So
stuff.
yeah,
Plus, he has a dope name.
those
Baratunde is a
I
dope name.
freaking love it.
Baratunde Thurston.
I love it.
So
But-
not only is he a black man, but he's the millionaire from Gilligan's Island.
Yeah,
Oh,
Thurston Howell.
Thurston Howell the third.
I
Love
do
it.
have a question.
I got answers.
I think I know the answer, but the people
I got action.
don't know.
Yeah, I got action.
What's up?
What is your lineage, your heritage, your race? Where do you
Well,
Where do you hail?
where do I
hail from?
I am.
How do you ask that question nicely?
I mean,
What's your race?
That's,
Who are
you?
That's happened.
I'm
to,
black, fool. Like, no.
mean, it happens
Like,
to
what
me.
are you supposed to say?
It happens to me more often than you would think. Just
Well,
be-
I
just
don't mean
because,
like
I
just
have,
people who are black, like anybody. Like
Yeah.
half the time, I want to be like, "Oh, what's your family culture like?" You don't fucking ask like that. though. Like, how do you ask?
I go with what's your nationality. That's my
Ugh.
culture. And it's
That's so PC.
It is.
So-
Well, nationality is like where you're from. You may
Yeah.
not necessarily be like you would say. People would say, "What's your nationality?" You'd be American.
yeah. Like,
Where you born, fool? I don't know.
You know?
yeah.
So
But if I ask him where he's born, it's I was born in Louisiana. Like I know
Yeah.
that, but like that's not what I'm asking.
Yeah,
so,
you're asking
I
like,
think-
my ethnicity. Like,
Yeah.
what do I?
what is
What do
your
I?
mix?
What do I identify as?
What is this sexy mix we have here?
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, so for being from the South in Louisiana, there's a mix.
Massive mix.
Right.
So there would be your African, there would be your Native American, there would be your French, there would be your Spanish,
Or your Creole.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
but
Creole.
I'm
That's
not
what-
I'm not
that's
asking
what-
about the general public.
That's what Creole is. I mean, I identify as a
yes,
black.
I.
I identify as a black man because that's who I am.
He knew exactly what I meant. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm a black man.
Yes, I'm a black man in this world.
Mysterious.
No, it's not
I already
mysterious.
know the
No,
answer. I just wanted to know if
like
you
more
would
of
share.
his lineage.
It's not mysterious. I mean, there's other blood that flows through
Yeah.
my body, but it
If I have to-
over time, and
My pinky toe is black. I don't really know, but
you know what I mean. But
if Paige's pinky toe is black, mine is for sure black.
wait, huh? Who?
You didn't know that? Remember that? When she came back and she was like, oh, I did the, what's it called? The DNA,
What,
whatever?
the ancestry.
Yeah.
Or the 23 and
Yeah. And she's like, I don't know, like 1/16th or something, like South
Oh.
African. I don't remember
Wow.
what it was,
Well,
but
South Africa
I
doesn't
want-
mean that you're black. That just means you're a white person from South Africa.
I know, but he's ruining my joke.
Oh, but no, go ahead.
Because that reminds
No,
me of.
I digress.
That reminds me of Trevor Noah because his mom is.
his mom is
But
black and his dad
is
is
European.
German,
Yeah.
and he grew up in South Africa during apartheid. So him and his
And-
family
and he's
couldn't
li-
be
and-
together.
I know a
And-
straight up white dude that grew up in South Africa.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
Like,
He's
I-
white with black hair, and you.
I
think
want.
he's goth,
I want to
but
do the
he's-
thing.
He's South African.
yeah.
I want to do 23andMe, but it's like
No.
I don't want the government having my thing. But I bet,
Don't do
I
it,
bet you
sir.
they already have it.
No,
Somehow.
unless you needed to do a DNA test for something, the only
No.
thing they got is your fingerprints.
Yeah. Okay. They don't have my DNA.
Well,
then.
with that ancestry stuff, 23andMe stuff, they have the disclaimer that says that they're not allowed to
use it.
keep
Yeah.
that DNA information.
Yeah,
in-
you know how much shit we've signed up for
Oh,
that has
yeah.
that disclaimer on it that hasn't
Uh-huh.
been actually true.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
I want to know if there's other like. You know,
Yes, we're trying to ask
ethnicities
me
in my
if I
lineage.
if I did that, would I be 80% sub-Saharan African?
Yeah, would you
Probably-
be Native American? Would
probably
you be
not.
Creole? Would you
It-
be French? Would you be Jamaican? Would you be
It probably
Puerto Rican? I don't know, sir.
It probably there would be some. I'm sure there would be some sub-Saharan African.
Yeah,
in
I'm
there,
gonna have some sub.
but I don't think
myself.
that's all it would be. I think it would be a good amount of the Native American. There'd be a little bit of French. There'd be a little bit of Spanish. Like, I mean, that would be
Smaller portions.
in the single digit percentage
Right.
wise.
Yeah.
But I think the sub-Saharan
It
African
all
and
adds
the,
up to 100%.
yeah, the sub-Saharan
This isn't Polynesian
African
in
and the
my
native would be
family.
yeah.
I just want to know which one. Just
The only reason I want to know mine is because I don't know my real dad.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know he was Italian, but obviously he wasn't. I don't think he was full Italian. My mom
Right.
said he wasn't full Italian, but it's like, okay, well then what else was
right.
there?
What else is
That's
there?
it.
Like I know it's on my mom's side. It's all the white shit. It's all the English and the Irish and the whatever.
Scottish.
But like I didn't come up with,
Scandinavia, what?
I don't have dark hair and brown eyes for no reason. And a big
Yugoslavia,
butt.
what?
And a big butt. Like what else I got in there?
Yeah.
Like so. You know.
There's some Sicilian.
Because
Maybe a little Greek.
Mia's got Russian and Taiwanese and whatever
wow.
else
Yeah.
is on my side. So
Right.
you know. But
Well,
anyways,
They may not clone you. Ask them really nice not to clone you, and you can send in your DNA. Don't clone me, please, baby,
how are you
please.
not gonna clone this?
Old
You
lady.
old ladies.
Old
You know what I want to
ladies.
clone? Old ladies.
Have mercy.
Anyways, that was a massive left turn detour. But anyways,
Ski, get, dee, 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 dee. Oh man! All right.
in this podcast.
I get skitty paps all day.
Pap pap ho.
Next time,
All
knock your
right.
glasses, I'll make you walk into a wall.
Go ahead.
All right, y'all. So we're going to wrap up episode 32 of the Me and Them podcast.
That
Once
entitles?
again, my name is Savoy,
I'm Rayan.
And I'm Taryn.
and we will see you guys next week.
Deuces.
Scooty pep pep. Peace up.
A-Town. Preheated 375.
All right, for real. We out here. Peace, everybody.
Bust a move, Me and Them podcast.
Look, watch this. We'll swipe him off.
Oh, wait. The other way.
We'll swipe him off.
That's a court martial.